So today I'm going to be talking about how to be more Christ-like in your job, wherever you work, or if you're in school, at your school. I literally wrote these notes like super quick, so I don't have like the specific Bible verses, in mind. So I'm just going to be like speaking from memory, so there might not all be there, but this is just something that I've been thinking about that's super important because I've been trying to be more thankful in my job and be less like complaining about it, and just see it as another opportunity for me to be a light to others and show them the love of Christ. So number one is to go the extra mile and leave things better than you found them. So find like little ways in your job. I'm going to be talking about my job because that's all I know, but I'm sure you can apply something to wherever it is that you work. But little details that I do is like if the chairs are up when I get there, I put them down. If there's like a big piece of trash, like pick it up. If you're like walking and you see it, like pick it up. Just like little details like that. I've heard people say like they don't pay me for that, so I'm not gonna do it, you know. But just kind of see it as like be a little more humble about it and just be like, let me do this. Like I'm right here. Like why not, you know? And the Bible says like do all that you do it for Christ. Like whether you eat or you drink, do all for the glory of God. So just remember you're not working. Well, obviously you are working for someone unless you have your own business, but like, yes, we're working for these people, but ultimately your boss is God and you want to do your best in whatever job you do. You want to do your best for him. And when you do little things like that, people do notice. There will be rewards. You know what I mean? Number two is to not be a negative Nancy and don't complain about your job nor add to the complaints of your coworkers. I see this is why I don't really go to the break room, but people always have a reason to complain about something. And of course, sometimes there are reasons to like want to complain because, you know, things aren't perfect. But something that I think about is to focus on the good rather than the bad. And of course, if there's some like situation at work where something needs to be fixed, you can obviously speak up and be like, you know, I think this can improve this way, you know, but don't complain just for the sake of complaining, thinking of the Bible verse that says do everything without murmurings or disputings. Accept that things are never going to be perfect in wherever you work, and that's okay, and just make the best of it, and don't complain because that doesn't really change anything. You know, there's a difference between complaining and then speaking up for something that you think could be improved upon. But if you're just complaining to complain, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they serve the lunch without forks. I don't know. I can't even think of an example, but like, don't complain just to complain. You know what I mean? Number three is to encourage your coworkers and take the time to get to know them and like things that they care about and things that they're going through, because this just opens the door for you to be able to share the gospel with them and invite them to church and just show them that someone cares about them. Like, I know when people remember little details that I told them, I'm just like, I like want to melt. Like, I'm just like so touched by that. And other people appreciate that too. And you just taking like a few minutes to talk to someone about how their day is going, about how they're feeling, it can really mean a lot to them. And it's another opportunity for you to when you talk so fast, you just it can be another opportunity for you to share the love of Christ with them. And then number four is to always give your best effort. I remember when I was younger in like fast food jobs, I've like always been a goody like wanting to follow all the rules. And so if the manager would tell me to do something a certain way, I would want to do it exactly as they said. And then I would see my coworkers be like, no, like that's too much work. Like you don't have to do that. Like, they would try to be like cutting corners just to not do the extra work. And like, don't do that. Like, seriously, remember who you're working for. You're working for God, and don't cut corners. Always put your best effort and try your best, because whatever work you do, like, it has your name on it, you know? And so don't just like try to do things the fast way so that you can get it over with. Like, really like take pride in what you do and try your best. And something that I like to think of is like, especially in my job, I'm a substitute, and so it can be easy to just be like, oh, kids, like, just do whatever you want, you know? Not that I've done that. I actually haven't, okay? But that can be like, I can in my head think like it's just easier to just let them do that, you know? But I always think of like, if the principal were to walk in right now, or if the teacher, or if any adult would like walk in right now, I would want them to find me doing my job to the best of my ability. And so I always try my best. And well, not always, I'm not perfect obviously, but I always strive to try my best. And just remember who it is that you're working for. You're working for the audience of one, of God, okay? And then the last point is to have a thankful perspective and know that work is good. God invented work before Adam and Eve sinned. Like, work is good and we're meant to work. If you think about it, like, of course, sometimes work can be annoying, right? You're just like, oh, like every day is the same. I have to go and do this. But if you think about, what would you do if there were no work, you know? Like, you would have fun for like a week and then you would be bored out of your mind, because we want to contribute to society. Like, we want to do something that makes a difference, whether we say it or not. And so just see every day when you go into work as an opportunity to make an impact on someone, to, you know, make a difference in their life, honestly. Like, literally, no matter what your job is, you can help someone and you can make a difference in whatever it is that you do. And just go in like thankful, like that you have a job, that you have somewhere to go every day, you know, and that you get to meet the people that you do. And then some other little tips that I forgot to mention are to be the one that says good morning. Okay, this is something that I'm working on personally, because I tend to be the person that waits for someone to like say hi to me first or say good morning first, when they could be thinking, like, the other person could be thinking the same thing. So like, be the person that says good morning and be like happy about it. When people ask you about your day, don't just be like, that's fine, like, oh, you know, like, just try to be very positive and encouragement to others. And the other point, I guess I didn't mention this because I go to different schools every day, so I don't really, luckily, thank God, have the time to like come into disagreements with a lot of coworkers. But in the case of disagreements, because of course they happen, is to turn the other cheek, okay? That's what the Bible says to do, and be quick to forgive. Just remember, most of the things that you can disagree with someone, especially in the workplace, don't, like, they're not worth, like, I'm trying to think of the drama that used to happen when I would go to like the same place every day. There's usually nothing really worth like arguing about at work, you know? Like, you can disagree with someone and okay, we disagree and that's it, you know? Not everyone is gonna do things the same way, and we just, you know, we're different people, we have different personalities, and there's gonna be differences. But don't like stop talking to that person because you don't like how they do that, or oh, that person is so lazy, like, I'm not gonna talk to them, you know? Like, really, like, give your best effort to like have a good like community with your coworkers if possible. I know every situation with like coworkers is different, because again, like me personally, I see similar, like, familiar faces often, but I don't really have the time to like get close enough to where there could be a disagreement. But I know disagreements happen, so yeah, just remember, what would Jesus do? And that was kind of jumbled up, but I hope it all made sense. And I hope that you have a good day and that you take the time to put a little more effort in your job and try your best, because you're working for God.